What's up, guys? Welcome back to After the Storm. Welcome back to the NHL 06 Dynasty Mode series, episode 14. And we got a matchup against a pretty weak Islanders team after we're coming off a, frankly, an absolute thrashing against the Tampa Bay Lightning in our last game. So we're looking to get back in the win column here. We're going to keep Dominik Hasek in that, even though we're going to be, in our next episode, facing a pretty tough Bruins squad. We're going to give Cujo that game, mostly due to the fact that I think Hasek has earned the opportunity to redeem himself after a tough game in Tampa. Right? No, I shouldn't say in Tampa, at home against Tampa. But let's go ahead, view this matchup for this one against the Islanders. As a reminder, just before we do the preview, hit like on the video if you like today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hey, you're already here watching it. There's tons more content around the channel. Anything old NHL video game, I'm sure you can find on my channel almost. Plus, there's more series coming to the channel. I'm sure maybe at this point, depending on when you're watching this, because I think we're doing 2 episodes a week, potentially, and I haven't actually started releasing them yet, so we're probably into the good portion of the summer here. Might have some more stuff. I know I'm going to go ahead and play some. I'm going to start jumping into some of the other games that we have on, like, into the way future, just for some other stuff like NHL 14 Live the Life mode. I think I'm going to start a career mode on that. Some other stuff around the channel as well. If you're a football fan, I'm sure by now there should be a Madden 07, potentially a franchise mode and a superstar mode, career mode thing on the channel here. So just as a reminder, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you'll get videos as soon as they upload as well. So in our matchup here, again, we have the advantage everywhere here. You guys can see the numbers. We have the offensive advantage. We have the defensive advantage. Certainly goaltending advantage here as we're facing a very weak Garth Snow. But for us, really, there's 2 main things. The goals for, goals against. We want to be bringing those numbers up. Our power play is good. Not that we're focusing too hard on the special teams, because these games just really didn't have a good method of doing special teams. But the one we really are going to focus on is that penalty kill. We want to bring that up. We're probably going to be the least penalized team because for some reason I think there's like 8 penalties per game usually, like for the other teams when they're simulated. So we're just going to hopefully get our power or our penalty kill on track. It might just need a little bit of fine tuning, specifically getting centers there, just making sure that we have people who can win the draws and get pucks out. Our goaltending matchup in this one, Hasek coming back in, tough game against Tampa Bay. Hopefully he'll be a little bit better in this one. And on the other side, Garth Snow, a 77, by far the lowest goaltender we've faced so far in this mode. I think Graham was actually who we played last game, who did pretty well. I think Graham was actually the lowest rated goaltender we'd faced previously at an 86. So this is nearly 10 points lower. We should light Garth Snow up in this game. The Islanders in this one are coming off a 4-3 loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins in their last game. We're obviously coming off the 5-1 loss to Tampa Bay in our last one. However, Pittsburgh not very good. And I'm not even sure if they've started. Here's a good question. Have they started playing Crosby yet? Because last time I checked, they had not. Crosby has started playing games. Look at it. Sidney Crosby, everybody. He is finally playing games. Nevertheless, Pittsburgh's still a pretty bad team at this point. With that in mind, again, a nice game for us to get ourselves back into the win column, kind of fine-tune the offense, and really give Hasek a good chance to get himself back on track. So that'll do it for the preview portion, guys. We won't waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump into the game against the Islanders. Coming off a big loss in our last one. It's obviously an important game here. Redden, the lone goal scorer for us. In the last one, we're wearing the alternate jerseys. Felt like a good opportunity to switch it up. There's Chris Jury, acquired from Buffalo for Yashin. Right, that's the other thing. I totally forgot about this. That trade that Buffalo and the Islanders made. Garth Snow is now their #1 goalie. Wow. Yeah, I totally forgot about that one because DiPietro was in the trade. to go to Buffalo. Good chance there. Oh, good save by Hasek early on. Got a little worried on that one. But yeah, so Garth Snow now the best goaltender the Islanders actually have to put in the net, which is crazy at a 77. Backhander on by Heatley. Good save by Snow. And boy, this Islanders team is speedy. Phillips wide of the net. Good step up by Volchenkov. Volchenkov hooked. Nienema. Nienema just had a wide open lane to the net there. We've had some, definitely in this game it's happening a little bit. Definitely happened in the Tampa game. Just some issues with the breakout. I thought we were really good at that in the last few games, and so far just having some issues with it. But Bondra is going to get us on the board here on a rebound from a Smolinski backhander. It's good stuff. Bondra getting to the puck first. I think Bondra's been on a little decent run here of late. Lindros. Shot on. Leclerc driving for... I'm not sure. Still not sure. I think Leclerc maybe has a goal on the season. I'm not exactly sure. It's been very quiet. Ooh, Lindros. James Patrick, I think we looked at him the other episode. He's 42 at this time. There's Hamilton as well. Jeff Hamilton, I believe. He's a friend of ours in the... There's Renberg. Looks like the rebound control really isn't there for Snow, and that's probably the biggest aspect of this. Yeah, Jeff Hamilton, our friend from the 2005 series. I believe he was on our Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche team. Actually, I'm not even sure if he was in the final lineup. That team, by the time we got to the playoffs, that team was so stacked. Fisher, good save by Snow. Miro Shatan. Chance there. Hasek, nice save and controlled the rebound. Just the commentary lines in this game are just awesome. Like, man, they are missing this stuff. Oh, it's Smolinski. Nearly on the rebound there. Yeah, that's just stuff they're missing from the current games, man. Like, you need backstories on players. Even if it's just like one or two, like even just one quip about a player. Like, if you're playing the game, it feels like, say you're playing as Toronto. This is a good example. Just add a whistle if it goes to a player and it starts highlighting them. Like if it highlights Austin Matthews, for example, just talk about him being a 60-goal scorer. I'd talk about him scoring 4 goals in his debut. Stuff like that. It just makes it... I'll say it makes the game feel a lot more alive by doing that. We get to the end of the first, 2-0. I think the Islanders had some good chances in the period, but Hasek was pretty solid for us. And then Snow has obviously been having some tough rebound issues, but I mean, that's a 77 overall goalie now, you know, kind of shouldered with all this workload for this team. So about where we expected to be at the end of the period. Oh, good play by Jury. Man, Jury's so fast. Trent Hunter. That's a name I have not seen in a while. There we go. On Heatley. Look at Nienema come all the way back, but look, I know Garth Snow's not the best goalie, but dude, Heater is just ripping shots. In real life, he had 50 in this season. He had 50 in 07 as well. I don't know. He might be on pace for more than 50 at this rate, so he's been very good so far. Snow with a save there. Havlat. Oh man, this might turn into a bit of a rout here. Ooh, off the post. Yanni Nienema, man. There's an excellent breakout. Although I didn't know where Smolinski went there for a moment. Jason Blake, future Leaf. Oh, man. Snapshot from Lindros. 4-0. Yeah, that seems to be the difference between the elite goaltenders and like a Snow or... I mean, it's happened to us too, so I shouldn't say too much about it, but I mean, you're looking at a shot that's just a clean shot, and oh, there's Cliff Ronning. Cliff Ronning, one of these, I swear, cheat code players in these video games. So fast. Oh, good chance there. I guess it's Snow. Snow there with a pretty good save. 4-0. Char's going to go off for a trip. This game more or less locked up already. But let's focus on one of the things we talked about. One of the things we talked about just before the game in the preview was, you know, getting this penalty kill back on track, and good opportunity to do that. Snow definitely playing that in the restricted area. Actually, I honestly don't know if the trapezoid rule... Oh, and again, there's the power play. We cannot kill a penalty. I swear. I don't know if they even know what to do on the penalty kill. Like, everybody's out of position. Whoever our right side D was on that play was just standing at the blue line. It doesn't know what to do right now, so might have to overhaul that, and maybe in terms of strategies too. So 4-1. Poche just got burned again. I think it was Poche, because I think Poche is the only right-handed D on the team, actually. So must have been him that was floating up at the line. It's a good play down low. Janssen. There we go. Big. Oh, man. Nearly brutal turnover there. It's a good play, though. So that happened last game too. So for some reason oh, what a save by Hasek. Take your whistle, bud. So for whatever reason, the game will keep the player in the box for the full 2 minutes, no matter what, and then just release them later, even if the power play is scored on. So I have no idea why that is, but it seems like it's probably just a glitch, that something that wasn't coded in properly. Okay, shit, Nick, settle down, dude. What is with the speed? Oh, Vasha hit the post. And that is the end of the period. We take a 4-1 lead into the third. This one more or less locked up, but obviously we want to finish strong and build this for an upcoming matchup against the Bruins. Yeah, Hasek's had a solid game here. Stopped 18 and 19 through the first 2 periods. And I think the Islanders are going to push pretty hard in this third. Again, they're a surprisingly fast team to play against. Especially that guy right there, Jury. Torched us early in the season with Buffalo. Good play by Chara. Oh, it's good rebound save as Heatley looks for his second of the game. There we go. Take that kind of play 9 times out of 10 right there. Backhander's blocked from Alfie, who's still out there on this shift. 'Perfect opportunity for a hip check. 12 minutes to go in the period. The game. Cross. Ooh, nice save by Snow. He hasn't been terrible. Certainly the rebound control just has not been there. Ronning is like, dude, he looks like a... He's so small on the ice. It's crazy. There's Claire. Had a point from the Renberg goal earlier in the game. Look at Ronning just right around Simpson. Dude, look how fast! Dude, Ronning is just a cheat code. Oh, that was a weird... There's an easy snipe from Dean McCammon. But man, I can't believe how fast Cliff Ronning is. Yeah, dude is just a cheat code. He was a cheat code for like 10 years in these games. Cameron gets a little insurance marker here, 5-1, fitting after a 5-1 loss to Tampa. We're coming back with a similar score here. Seriously though, like the Islanders are just full steam ahead. This team is so fast. They should be fine. You can see them just making playoffs alone just on that speed. There. Heatley, 2, easy one. This is what I mean, man. These are awesome little commentary quips. I just can't believe that this stuff is just not in current games. It's not even considered for stuff like that. Yeah, if you're watching these videos, which I doubt it, but if you ever are, my goodness, dude, you are missing some Some good stuff in these games. Jason York just skating way wide of the net there, though. Final minute. And a penalty upcoming, so we're going to get a power play. Niedema's going to go off for a hook. So you can tell I'm not sure that there was an actual hook on that play, but it is what it is. Dude, they're so fast. It's so crazy. Saved by Hasek. Final 20 seconds here. So that'll do it. A huge 6-1 win. In a game we definitely expected to come out on top. But a good redemption game for the Dominator. Stopped a lot of shots in this one. Looked pretty good in doing it. But that's an interesting team to play against. They are a fast team. So we'll go off with the 3 stars and we'll go preview our next matchup. That's right. GM YouTube extremely happy after tonight's huge win. Of course I'd be happy after a win like that. Especially after a big loss in our last one. So, oh yeah, I think it is like a good break in between these games, right? Yep. There was a 4-day break in between these games, so that's pretty good. Cujo's going to come in for this one against Boston. 10-4-0-3. Great start for Boston early in the season, and I think we've already played them. I shouldn't have jumped out of the calendar so early. We did play them earlier in the season. We lost 2-1. It was a close game. I do recall that. All right, so no trade offers our way, but there are obviously some streaks around the league. Very little hot streaks. Lots of cold streaks around the league. We don't have any left. I think 2005 used to tell you like a cold streak has come to an end, a hot streak has come to an end. Doesn't look like they do that anymore. So, lots of cold streaks, not so many hot streaks. Patrick Elias and Ed Jovanovski. Recent signings: Ken Gernander. There's no way that's a real player. JF Fortan. That sounds like a more real player. All right. So, I'm trying to think of what York we just played against. But Buffalo again. Buffalo's still out here making moves. This is certainly an interesting one. So Nashville moves Robert Schnabel and Jason York to Buffalo for Todd Roloff and Teppo Newman. And so, not only has Buffalo traded their captain Chris Drury, they've now traded their new captain Teppo Newman, because as we played a few episodes back when we played Buffalo, that was their new captain. So they've traded their captain twice this season, and then we're not even 20 games in. So that's really interesting. I just thought we'd go take a look real quick at this trade breakdown between Buffalo and them here. So I got to assume now Briere's the captain. So who are we looking at? Who did they trade for? So York. York is a 77 overall, 35 years old. I mean, like, this guy is currently on like Sportsnet and stuff doing broadcast stuff these days, so it's a lot of sense that he's 35. But yeah, this is a really interesting trade. I'm wondering what this prospect is at. I'm assuming it's a prospect. I could be wrong. Gernander is 36. Never mind. This is... Oh, no, sorry. Gernander was a... That was a free agent signing. Schnabel. 26 years old. Not really a prospect. But Robert Schnabel. He looks a lot like... Kind of like Craig Anderson. That's kind of funny. 1998. Yeah, so that's a guy I doubt's probably going to get in the lineup for Buffalo here, but... so a 77 and a 65. I gotta assume Newman is definitely better than that. Newman's in 79. So a 77 and a 65. Who's the other one that went this way? Roloff, 68. What a weird trade. Yeah, this is a very good Nashville team, too. It's surprising. They're one of the worst in the league right now, and that's kind of why I've explored the option of looking at some of their players for some trades. But it's interesting. They've got a good goaltender as well. They've got a good goaltender in Thomas Vokoun at this time. So it's kind of just weird that they're having any issues, but maybe that trade just kind of jumpstarts them. Anyway, so coming out of that one, let's go ahead and preview the Boston matchup in our next game. So Boston's sitting in 3rd in the league, 2nd in the conference. I would assume they are probably sitting, yeah, it's got to be Florida up there. We're sitting 7th, so if the playoffs were to start today, this would be our first round matchup. So we do have the advantage on offense, even on the road. Defense, they have the slight advantage, and on goaltending, they definitely have the advantage. And actually, I just realized I got to put Cujo in. Let's go to that. So you go to a 93, so a 91 to a 93, that's a little bit better. But still, Boston has the advantage, but overall, we're about the same. Our goaltending matchup, Andrew Raycroft a 98 at home, Cujo a 94, even on the road. Both goalies full 3 stars. So this should be a good goaltending matchup. Again, Cujo has struggled a little bit, but did recover himself after those Florida games. Shouldn't say after those Florida games, but after the Florida game where he got killed. He has recovered, so this should be a pretty good goaltenders duel. And again, a nice measuring stick game. This is a team we potentially are going to meet if we make the playoffs in April. A team that we really want to prove ourselves against. And just taking a look here as well, Boston coming off a 2-1 win against Philly in their last game. They've been pretty good at home. They've been pretty good on the road. 10-4-0-3 start of the season. They've gotten a couple overtime losses at home as well. So this is a pretty good team in terms of home and away. That seems like they're playing very consistent hockey. But here's the big one. This is by far the most injured team we've seen so far. Axelson out, Moran out, and Bergeron out. I'm not sure exactly why that one is white. Maybe it's playable. Maybe that's what that's signaling, that he's in the lineup but injured. So we're hopeful that, with a bit of a depleted lineup, we get the advantage here. And I mean, we're kind of an elite team ourselves, so we got to certainly start flexing on some of these teams that we're playing. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this episode. As always, remember to like the video down below, comment about some trade pieces that if you guys think of some trade targets we should be going after. Again, my preference is to go after defensemen, really bolster the back end. I think that would help us quite a bit. Not out of the realm, though, we'll look at another goalie either, but we'll see where we end up. But as always, hit that subscribe button as well. That helps me out considerably. And hit the notification bell so you guys can get these videos as soon as they upload to the channel. And as always, guys, of course, catch you on the next one.